Ten Hag's side fell to a bruising defeat to Brighton last week, losing 2-1 in the final minutes after a display that was disappointing overall and raised some questions over the manager. Nothing has been changed so far. Tough times has been continuing for United and his fans as Manchester United suffered an embarrassing 3-0 defeat to Liverpool at Old Trafford on Sunday. United, who were unbeaten in their last 3 meetings with the Merseysiders, lost 2-1 against Brighton at the Amex Stadium last weekend and couldn't bounce back. The Reds led by 2 goals at half-time after 2 mistakes from Casemiro and a brace from Luis Diaz, which led to the Brazilian being booked during the interval and replaced by Toby Collier. Liverpool made it 3-0 in the second half through Mohamed Salah, a goal that condemned United to a heavy defeat at the hands of their bitter rivals. United scraped past Fulham, lost against Brighton, and have been hammered by Liverpool this season. Liverpool have won each of their opening 3 matches of a Premier League season without conceding a goal for the 3rd time, after 2013-14 under Brendan Rodgers and 2018-19 under Jurgen Klopp. Mohamed Salah once again piled the misery on Manchester United fans as Liverpool cruised to a statement 3-0 win over their big rivals. The Egyptian set up 2 Luis Diaz goals in the first half and then got himself on the score sheet for the 7th consecutive time at Old Trafford. That strike just before the hour mark effectively sealing victory for Liverpool on a dream afternoon. It was fairly cagey from that point for much of the opening half an hour, both sides sloppy on the ball and neither able to take real control. The match turned in Liverpool's favor 10 minutes before halftime, and there it remained. Casemiro played a dreadful pass and Liverpool swiftly countered. The ball played to Salah to dink across to the back post, and Diaz was there behind Dominik Szoboszlai to head home. The Liverpool duo combined for the second before halftime, and Casemiro once again played his part. This time the Brazilian was robbed of the ball as he strolled forward, toppling to the ground in slow motion as the visitors again pounced. Salah played a brilliant ball into the middle, where Diaz was on hand to sweep a first-time finish beyond Onana. Casemiro, to nobody's real surprise, did not emerge for the second half, Ten Hag turning to Toby Collier almost out of necessity. But it did little to slow Liverpool's charge, as Slot's men made it 3 within 10 minutes of the restart. Man U lost possession, far too weak as Alexis Mac Allister shrugged him off the ball, and Szoboszlai played in Salah to once again celebrate in front of the Old Trafford away end. Manchester United fans voiced their disapproval at Ten Hag after his decision during the clash with Liverpool at Old Trafford. With United 3-0 down, Ten Hag chose to bring Ahmad on to try and foster a change. However, the decision to bring Alejandro Garnacho off was met with loud boos from the home supporters. None of the United players will be pleased with their performances at Old Trafford on Sunday afternoon, but it is clear the home fans felt Garnacho deserved to stay on the pitch. It is likely the supporters were wanting to see Marcus Rashford come off. The winger struggled throughout the encounter with Liverpool as he failed to test Alisson in the visitors' goal. On commentary, Neville said, "No, they would have chosen someone else." I have to say, United fans don't often boo managers, substitutions, players individually. There's been a couple today. Ordinarily they don't, but today, Casemiro in the first half, then Rashford. While it may have been out of the ordinary for home fans to turn on the players in this manner, it was not without reason. United had been outclassed by their fierce rivals prior to the boos for Ten Hag's substitution. United came closest through Joshua Zirkzee's header, but his close-range effort was stopped well by the Liverpool goalkeeper. The only man orchestrating a beautiful game from the Netherlands here at Old Trafford was his opposite number, Arne Slot. This was a humiliation for Manchester United, a masterclass in ruthless efficiency from Liverpool. Ten Hag said before the game that Slot had inherited a team already up and running, and his task had therefore been much easier than his own. Yet in 3 games, you can already see how he has stamped his character on the team. What a game Salah had. The Egyptian would get on the score sheet himself with a second-half strike, taking his record tally in this fixture to 15. It could have been more. United were woeful. This was as bad as anything we saw in the league last season as the team stumbled to a record-low Premier League position of 8th. There are new players, new coaches, a new management structure, and, it was thought, a new hope. But it is the same United that has stumbled from season to season since Sir Alex Ferguson's retirement. The odd piece of silverware offers brief glimpses of what can be, and Ten Hag has two of them, but there are too many humbling days like these. It was an absolutely shocking first period for United as Liverpool played the ball through them at will. The Red Devils, by contrast, were relying on hopeful breaks in which the last pass always fell short. Only one shot on goal in that whole period. Liverpool thought they were ahead after only 6 minutes with a slick move that warned of what was to come. Ryan Gravenberch stormed diagonally across the Old Trafford surface unchallenged before feeding the ball out wide to Diaz. His cross shot through the 6-yard box, getting a flick from Salah on the way, and Trent Alexander-Arnold was there at the far post to fire goalwards. It looked for a moment that Diogo Dalot had blocked it, but his clearance was from behind the line, and Liverpool celebrated. While Alex Arnold was onside, Salah had not been when he made the flick, and the goal was cancelled out for offside. The cheer that greeted the decision was the high spot for United fans. That, and a crunching tackle from Lisandro Martinez on Dominic Szoboszlai, which earned him a booking. That told you everything about what United were offering. Liverpool, meanwhile, had their fans chanting in delight throughout a thoroughly one-sided opening period. It was personal disaster for Casemiro, who was at fault for both Liverpool goals before the break. He looks leaner and fitter than this time last season, but he just gives the ball away too much, or has it taken of him. He did both here, and it was no surprise when he was hooked at the break to allow Toby Collier to make his Premier League debut at the age of 20. First in the 35th minute, the Brazilian's loose pass was picked up by Gravenberch, who fed Salah, and his chipped cross was met by a thumping header from Diaz at the far post. The same combination brought about the second, as this time Casemiro was too easily dispossessed 30 yards out by Diaz. The ball ran loose. Alexis Mac Allister picked it up and gave it back to Diaz to spread wide for Salah to return with the outside of his boot. What a cross it was, and what a first-time finish from the Colombian international, fizzing a curling shot into the bottom right-hand corner. When not long before halftime, new signing Matthijs de Ligt just smashed the ball aimlessly forward, the boss began to ring out from the Red Devils faithful. The frustration continued in the second half, which began with at least a shot from new striker Joshua Zirkzee, which was well saved by Alisson. United's heads would drop when Liverpool extended their lead in the 56th minute. Again, the home side contributed to their own downfall when this time Kobbie Mainoo was too easily nudged off the ball just over halfway by Mac Allister. Give them a slight opening and this Liverpool just pounce. Mac Allister fed Szoboszlai, who helped it into the path of Salah for an exquisite first-time finish. He nearly had another moments later with a shot to the far corner which was deflected just wide. The crowd were starting to get on Rashford's back before he produced a cross that Zirkzee headed goalwards, Alisson again denying him. When Ten Hag subbed Alejandro Garnacho for Amad Diallo on 69 minutes, it would then be the boss getting it in the neck. The lack of a credible and available alternative also appeared to play into the decision-making process of co-owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe and the new Old Trafford hierarchy. It made for an uncomfortable afternoon for Ratcliffe, watching grim-faced from the director's box as the hope of a new start was punctured by the pain of watching Liverpool tear United apart. There were mitigating circumstances for Ten Hag, with the new signing from Paris Saint-Germain, Manuel Ugarte, not available to play. Another summer acquisition in Leny Yoro is injured, as are Mason Mount, Luke Shaw, and Rasmus Højlund. The Premier League season may only be in its infancy, but defeats of this nature will inevitably put Ten Hag under the microscope in such a vital campaign. And the problem with handing a manager what effectively appeared to be a stay of execution is that they are always one bad result away from speculation. This is why this meeting with old adversaries Liverpool was so vital, and the manner in which United were beaten may prove to be so significant. Do like, share, and comment. And of course, do subscribe the channel to get further updates. Share your thoughts in the comment section below and stay with us. Thank you for watching.